it's Jen. Welcome back to Bookish Blonde. Let's talk a second about what I read in the month of March. Now, I had a very ambitious TBR. I think it was like 11 books with the middle grade March books that was everything on my TBR. That did not happen. I did read 8 books. I DNF'd 1 and did not even get to First Fly at all, which would be book 10. And then book 11 is on my Kindle, Like Mother, Like Daughter by Kimberly McCreight. And I'm just going to carry that over and continue reading it. I'm only like 15% of the way through. I am enjoying it. I just didn't read in my Kindle this month. So I got to pick up and try to get that one read and catch up a little bit on my Kindle. My goal for my Kindle is 12 books on my Kindle this year. So this will make me 1 behind. But that's okay. We have time to catch up. So out of those 8 books I read, I had 3 5 stars, 3 4 stars, 2 3 stars, and then 1 DNF, and then 1, like I said, I'm not finished with. So not too bad. I'm very happy with the 3 5 stars. I mean, really 6 out of the 9 books that I did attempt to read were great. So that's positive. All right, let's start with the middle grade March books. What did I read for middle grade March? I returned them back to the library, so I no longer have the books to hold up for you. But what I read is Amari and the Night Brothers, which was my favorite that I read for middle grade March. I gave that one 5 stars. It definitely was YA, but in a good, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm reading this YA book. It really grabbed my attention just like a Harry Potter would, right? We had magic. I loved the underdog story of Amari. I loved the quest and search for her brother. I loved the character she met. The magic system was really interesting and easy to follow, and I could see a lot of middle grade readers really enjoying that one, so that was a win for me for 5 stars. I did read the group read, which was The Mona Lisa Vanishes by Nicholas Day, and I gave this one 4. It was good. I really enjoyed it. It was a very good piece of narrative fiction. It was a very good piece of narrative nonfiction. I can see a lot of middle grade readers loving it that are really interested in art. I didn't realize the Mona Lisa became famous because it was stolen. So overall, the illustrations were really great. I felt like the storyline kind of jumped back and forth a little bit too much, but I was able to follow it. I wonder though, a middle grade reader, would they maybe struggle with that? But overall, there was the mystery, there was the story behind Leonardo da Vinci behind that, and overall it was really great. I really enjoyed it. It was a good pick, and we had some good discussion for middle grade March over on Krista's channel. So that was fun. The other ones I read were The Grace of Wild Things by Heather Fawcett. This was just a 3 star for me. I appreciated the retelling of Anne of Green Gables. You definitely saw just a little bit of Anne of Green Gables in there, but the story had the witch in it. I love books about witches, but overall it didn't do anything great. It was just okay. It was a 3 star. I don't regret reading it, but I'm not going to really recommend it to middle grade readers. Okay, so Coyote Lost and Found by Dan Gaiman Hart was the biggest disappointment of the month. I loved Coyote Sunrise. No, I loved The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise when I read it last year for middle grade March, which you all know. That was 5 stars. I just couldn't rave enough about it. So obviously I was highly anticipating this one, and that's why the disappointment was so strong. I read a few chapters. I was not feeling it. I talked to a friend of mine, and she actually read it and said she didn't like it at all. So I DNF'd it. I said, you know what? There's enough on my TBR this month. It's not holding my interest. I'm just not going to do it. So I DNF'd that one. But overall, I mean, I'm glad I read the group read and Amari and the Night Brothers. Those 2 were amazing. So those were the highlights of middle grade March for me. Okay, so let's talk about my adult titles that I read this month. My 3 star was Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent. What Lies in Wait is another Liz Nugent book, and I read that one and I gave that one 3 stars as well. I just don't know that Liz Nugent's writing is for me. there's nothing really I could fault about it. It was an okay story. A lot of people loved it. It just didn't do anything for me. The pacing was good. The mystery was okay. I guess the beginning, it started off strong. I was really feeling for Sally's character and connecting to her on the level of just having empathy for her and her situation. But by the middle of the book, I just didn't care and I just wanted it to be over. So it started off strong, but overall, I just gave it a 3-star. Okay, let's talk about my 2 4-star books that were adult titles this month. We had Long Gone by Joanna Schaffhausen. This was book number 2 in the Annalise Detective series. I really enjoyed it. I can't talk too much about it just because it could be spoilery, but you know, the mystery we're following was great. We learned more about Annalise's character. Annalise is working with her ex-husband who's also a cop, and I enjoyed where that was going as well. But yeah, overall, just another good mystery detective novel, and I will be continuing on in that series. The other 4-star was Happiness Falls by Angie Kim. Now this one was for my priority read spin that we did, and I really liked it. Now, I have a lot to say about this one because I'm still thinking about it, which is always a great sign. I did give it 4 stars. Miracle Creek was a 5-star read for me. I did appreciate that one and enjoy that one a little bit more. It had multiple storylines and points of view that all kind of came together, and I think that's what I really loved about Miracle Creek. And in Happiness Falls, we are just hearing from the daughter. We're hearing from her throughout the whole book, and I wanted to hear the voice of the other characters, the mom, the dad, the brothers. So that was kind of a negative for me, but overall, what it had to say about happiness, what it means for a person, how do you measure happiness, how does happiness change throughout your life depending on what your baseline is at the moment, and it really delves deep into the concept of happiness, and that was fascinating. A lot of parts of the book that really got me thinking and being able to relate to, and it was very insightful in a lot of ways. I also really appreciate how we got to learn more about what it means to be nonverbal and how hard that could be, how a person can feel so trapped. Also, what that does to every member of the family with a nonverbal child. And I really enjoyed seeing how the family worked together and connected together to stay a family and to support their brother/son with special needs. And that part of it was really great. The mystery part of it, the dad goes missing in the very beginning. That's not a spoiler, it's in the jacket cover. And so I liked how that all wrapped up. I felt intrigued the whole time. I was never bored. So overall, it was a really strong read, but I give it 4 stars. I would recommend it though if it sounds interesting to you. I think you would really enjoy it. All right, let's talk about the other 2 5-stars. Of course, Amari and the Night Brothers was a 5-star for me, but the other 2 5-stars for me this month were The Unmaking of June Farrow. I just happen to have this one sitting right here, by Adrienne Young. Another Adrienne Young 5-star read for me. I love this. I loved how the women through generations helped each other out and stuck together. I love the mystery. I don't want to give away too much, but the magical realism in it was interesting. I appreciated what it did. I felt like I really was so much pulling for June in this story and just wanted her to have a happy ending. You had romance, you had mystery. I took a kind of unique take on second chance romance, which you'll only understand if you read the book. But overall, 5 stars. I probably will pick up anything she writes at this point because that's 2 5-stars in a row for me. 2 for 2 for her, so that's really exciting. And then the last 5-star of the month, and my favorite of the month, was Kristen Hanna, The Women. Oh, this book was so good, you guys. I love the historical fiction covering the Vietnam War time because you see so much World War II, and I really haven't read any Vietnam historical fiction, and I loved it. My my husband's aunt was actually a nurse in Vietnam, so that was kind of cool just to kind of, I kept picturing her while reading this book, but oh, this made me feel all the feels. I was sad, happy, angry, frustrated, heartbroken. There were times where I had to like put the book down because the war scenes were so graphic but so real, and I think that's what really sold it for this book. Is you can tell she did her research in writing this book, and not that I've ever been to war, but she wasn't shy by writing all the details of what wartime looks like, and so I really appreciated that as well. Kristen Hanna, another 5-star. I mean, is anyone surprised? So I still have to read The 4 Winds by Kristen Hanna. I do own that one. So that'll be my next Kristen Hanna I read. But yeah, I can't say enough great things about this book. I will be recommending this one to anybody who loves historical fiction. Definitely everyone should read this one. Grab this as soon as you can. This was my favorite of the month, 5 stars. So yeah, that's it. I had overall, like I said, a really great reading month in March, and I enjoyed almost everything I read, and middle grade March was fun. It was fun to participate in that again this year, and that's all I got. So you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching, and happy reading. Bye.